This is a sink, and this is a water heater. In fact, this is the water heater that services that sink, which is in the kitchen, which I use all day, every day. And when it gets cold outside, it takes a very long time to heat up that water, which increases my gas bill. It also increases my water bill. I don't like that. Now, there are two reasons this thing uses up so many resources and it takes a long time to heat up the water. The first reason is I'm on a crawl space. So the pipes are going down through the crawl space and it's not a heated area. The second reason is this. That's a long walk. So that is why it takes a long time to heat the water up. We're talking minutes, like 3 minutes to heat that up. So that's a long time. So what we're going to do today is install this Vivor water heater. Okay, so this goes under the sink and it holds 2.5 gallons. They have another one that holds 4 gallons. And I think they have a smaller one than this. I'm going to install this and we'll see how this works. And this should give me instant hot water, which will save me on my water bill. Now we're underneath the sink and we have just enough room here. Now, here's what we're going to need to do to install this thing. You see, I do have a water filtration system and I could filter the water first, but the flow on this is not as strong as the flow on the hot water side. But once the water goes through this, it reduces the flow a little bit, and I don't like that. I don't want to be sitting here all day waiting for the sink to fill up. So I'm not going to filter that. Plus, I would have to have the cold water go through this first and then reroute that into the hot water heater. And the hot water heater might not be all that clean on the inside. So it would just dirty up the water again, and I don't want to waste. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap it off of the cold water line. The reason you don't want to do hot water is because that would just kind of defeat the purpose. It'll activate the water heater more frequently, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to run it off of the cold water. I already have a split connection here. So I'm going to take that connector off of that spigot, add it to this one, and then just branch it off into the water heater and then up into the hot side. Hopefully this is it's a simple step, but it's also plumbing. So let's go ahead and loosen this up. Turn that off first. Turn this off. And then we're going to loosen that up. And hopefully this valve isn't bad. And we'll go ahead. See, I already got some drip. Lord Jesus. Oh gosh. Pray for me. Okay, installation's complete. I didn't have any problems. I did need to run to the hardware store to get something, but everything is set up on leak-free. I will say, let's talk about this real quick. This pressure valve, though, there was a little leak from there, so make sure you get that in there real tight. Put some plumber's tape on there, and that thing needs to go all the way in. I just tighten it till it's loose. I mean, to stop leaking. But I could probably do a couple more turns. Oh, no, there's a little seepage. I want to go ahead and turn it some more. Hold on. Now, let's test it out. So it filled up really fast. As we can see, we have hot water going, but obviously there's no hot water coming out of it. It's all cold water that's filtered, and that's the hot. But let's go ahead and turn it on. It's on off. Filled up fast, as I said. There we go. All right, so we're back. So it does heat up just fine. So I'm going to demonstrate and run some hot water. And this is an adequate temperature. Let's just check the dial. The dial is basically on max. So once it loses a little bit of hot water, and it's already hot, so it takes like a few seconds to get that cold water out of the line out, and then it starts running hot. But again, this being a 2.5 gallon unit, again, see it's starting to cool off a little bit now. is get it cooler. All right, now it's like cool. Going back and forth from cool, lukewarm, cool. Or maybe this is lukewarm. And now that's starting to get cold. And so now we'll come back here. You can see it already started heating up again. So it works well. You just gotta buy the size for your application. So again, for me, the 2.5 gallon is close. I only use this sink generally to wash my hands, and I might make a little sink of water to wash dishes. But I'm never really putting that much water in there. Here's, matter of fact, this is how much water is in there to wash dishes. So it's never that much, you know. For me, this will work just fine because it does reheat faster. Now, if you are going to be using more water, then you might want to consider getting a larger unit. They have a 4 gallon, they have an 8 gallon. I believe the 8 gallon is sold out right now, but they do have a 4 and an 8 gallon. This can also be mounted several ways. So the way I have it horizontally. It can be mounted vertically if you had the room. You can mount it on the wall as well. Another thing you want to watch out for, or just kind of plan, is for the outlet. So whoever wired this outlet, they wired both the top and the bottom to be on the switch for the garbage disposal. So obviously that doesn't work for me. So I need it to be where just one is on the switch and one is constant. So I have to rewire that, and I'm going to likely have to pull all this out, and this is already full of water. Now in the instructions, I don't know how long I'll keep this. For me, again, this works, but there might come a time where I need to just constantly run hot water, and this won't be able to produce that. So I considered running the hot water into this, but when it comes that time for me to have to run that water consistently, then that might cause an issue with this to have the hot water running into what's supposed to be the cold inlet. But for now, we're going to keep this thing up here. I might just turn it all the way up. All you hear is a little click. It's dead silent. So anyway, if you're interested in this, link will be in the description. I'm happy to be able to just turn this thing on. Watch. It's only been a few minutes. Let's see if the water's hot now. Cold, cold, warm, hot. That fast. Woo! I'm loving that. Loving that. It's going to save me a lot on my water bill. So anyway, hope this was helpful. Link will be in the description. The price for the 2.5 gallon unit is about, well, we don't have to guess at all. The price for the 2.5 gallon unit is $97.99. I'll leave a promo code at the bottom to get extra 5% off. And as usual, don't forget your Rakuten, which is offering 2% cash back. And if you sign up using the link in the description, you'll get a bonus $30 in addition to the 2% cash back. But you get extra 5% off on top of that. The 4 gallon, if you can fit it, is only $108.99. But again, if you can fit it, all right, because you might not be able to do that. But so you need to measure your dimensions. And again, the 8 gallon is unfortunately sold out, but that was only $137. So not that much money, man. Saving on hot water, saving on gas, saving on just water, period. Anyway, see you guys next time.